Hi, everyone. It's Santina with Embody Her Collective. I am here today with Miss Martika Bair, owner of MSB Foundations and founder of Empowered Futures Foundations nonprofit. Hi, Martika. How are you?
Hi, Santina. Good.
So right off the bat, I want to know, what is MSB Foundations and when did it start and all the good stuff?
Okay, so hi, everyone. I'm Martika Bair. MSB Foundations just really developed, I guess, from my name. Honestly, it's just my initials, y'all. MSB, yeah. But it started 2 years ago, like documented 2 years ago. I was in business for about 6 years, and that started with a network marketing event or a network marketing company. And then that kind of went downhill, and I realized that a middleman was in control of my money, right? Because the network company went down.
Okay.
And they stopped our paychecks.
Oh.
And I was like, never again.
That's kind of important.
Right? Right. So when that happened, I had to pivot, and I had I knew that I liked the money that I was making in the network marketing company, but I didn't like that someone else had control of my money. Right. I thought I was always in business for myself, and it really wasn't the case.
Right.
So when that happened, I literally jumped out and got on social media and started connecting with strangers. Yeah. And literally a stranger said to me, you know, you can make this your own business. And I was like, let's call it MSB Foundations.
Done. So what all does MSB Foundations do? Because you have a couple different things that you do under that umbrella, right?
Yeah, so MSB Foundations is a consulting firm. So under that umbrella, we do credit repair, business structuring, helping small businesses get funding or making sure their business is structured to get funding. And then we also do as of last year, tax services.
That's amazing.
So all from home.
I love that, as you should. And so what made you want to get into finance kind of is what we can call it, right? Because it kind of hits all the aspects of it. So what kind of journey did you have to take to get there? Was it coming from a place that, hey, I actually don't know how to do my credit? Or was it a place of you seeing people around you?
Good question. So absolutely. I had horrible credit. Let's just keep it real. My credit was like a 482.
As most people, I work in car finance. I've seen it all.
Right. So 482. And I was living in a 2-bedroom apartment at the time. And it was just like a place where, you're just uncomfortable, like really that light goes off, a single mom. Yeah. And I envisioned just having this dream home. Like, I just want to buy my house. And I said, how do I get there? And I looked at my credit score and it said 482.
Not there.
And I said, we got to do something about this. So I educated myself.
Yeah. So everything is self-taught then?
Everything was self-taught. I have a lot of things to give to the network marketing company because that was my foot in the door. I had no clue how to start a business, what a business looked like, what my credit score was, nothing. And thanks to them, I really surrounded myself with strangers that taught me the game, like the blueprint, because I didn't know. Yeah. And actually, a local person here, shout out to Michelle Patterson. She was in the game.
Michelle, hi.
Yeah, shout out to Michelle Patterson. That was my first mentor, and she really believed in me.
She did that for a while. She did LLC. She did all that stuff.
Girl, she really believed in me. She started working on my credit first, and then she said,
I love that.
Do you want to make more money? And she introduced me to the network marketing company.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah. Oh my goodness. So now you've worked on that for, you said only 2 years?
6 years overall.
Okay. 6 years overall, the last 2 years on your own.
Yep.
And how have you been able to build your client base and really reach people who, most people don't grow up with the knowledge of knowing that your credit's important to you.
Right.
Most of us open credit cards at a very young age and max them out, and then we're like, oh, I'm not going to pay for that, whatever. And then you're in collections. So how do you reach your audience and really teach them, like, this is actually important for you to do?
For sure. So I utilize social media tremendously. So I am such an introvert. So network marketing company, teachers, mentors, they taught me to get out there and just put it out there. So I really just go on social media and educate the average, I would say 16-year-old. I make it so simplex for someone to understand, because we aren't taught this in school. We aren't taught this in high school, middle school. So, social media, Instagram, Facebook. I got a really heavy following. So believe it or not, I don't have a local community of clients.
Oh, I believe that.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm like,
all my clients are not from here.
Yeah. So I have a broad clientele from all over the United States, and I like it. I love it. All from social media.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh, that's wonderful. So let's go back a little bit to not the 482. Let's go back to.
Want to know what the score is now?
No, actually, I do. What is it?
I'll save it for later.
Okay. Dang it. You have to subscribe and follow her and me to see that. So let's go back to being a single parent and just trying to get your feet planted on the ground and get stable, but then also building something outside of that, starting to build that legacy for your kids. How was that struggle in that time? What was that mindset like? How did you get yourself to the place where you could focus on doing that?
Wow. That was some dark days. Okay. Yeah. But those were my strongest days ever, and probably what motivated me to be as successful as I am now in my business. Because at that time, I was in a very domestic relationship with my son's father, and my business was my motivation, if that makes sense. So like the hunger for me to like escape those days where, hard things were happening in the household, I would run to a meeting. I would run to an event to teach financial literacy. Like I just wanted it more. Yeah. And the drive for my kids, just that escape, it was just like, I don't know, the hunger is just different. And it's sad to say, like, the hunger was different when it was just such chaos and such traumatic things happening. Because
you needed to get out of it. So you will do anything in your power to get to a better position.
Right.
Have you been able to breathe yet, though?
Probably not. Probably not. But I'll tell you what, my kids seen a soldier mom. Yeah. They seen a soldier mom. And that's why I just continue to go hard, because those days were, and you can probably relate, even outside of a domestic violence relationship, having that job, robbing Paul to pay Peter, right, where you would go work 40 hours a week, see your kids maybe
2 hours a night,
dinner in bed.
Yeah. Or God forbid they have activities.
Right.
Like, God forbid you have more than one kid.
So I had two at the time, pregnant with
the third
business baby. Okay. But and it was tough. Robbing Paul to pay Peter is no joke. So those days too made me hungry to say, I remember when I didn't have no money in my account. And I just know that I just never wanted to be in that position again.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's amazing, though, I know that people feel a certain way about this, but my personal experience is that it is okay for your kids to see the reality sometimes, to see the struggle. No, they don't have to see all the adult things that are behind the scenes with it, but to see that my day was really hard today and I'm going to cry because I'm overwhelmed. Or, hey, I don't like that I was treated this way by this person. Like, that is okay for them to see that.
That's right.
Because you are teaching them that, you know what? I'm going to go wash my face. Well, I'm going to go cry it out first and maybe throw something. And then I'm going to wash my face and we're going to go to bed and we're going to get up tomorrow and we are going to have a better day.
That's right.
And to see for them to see you leave a situation that it was not just draining you, it was draining them too. That's right. It was teaching them, like, this is acceptable behavior from a person that's supposed to love you. It's not.
That's right.
You know, to the place that you are now, like that is incredible.
Growth.
And the impact that that's going to have on them for years to come.
Yes,
they might have to go to therapy a little bit. Yes, they might be traumatized a little bit.
But that's okay.
The overall of it is wonderful. And I think that builds strong relationships because you have really great relationships with your kids. You know?
Absolutely.
You're always together. And I think that is such an admirable thing.
Yes, thank you.
That we don't see a lot.
It builds character.
It does for everybody. All the above.
Right. For sure.
So you have an event that you do every year.
Yes.
And it is a back to school event, but not a generic back to school event. So tell me a little bit about this foundation that you have, where it started and what you have going on currently with it.
Absolutely. So the foundation is called Empowered Futures Foundation. It's a nonprofit and it started 3 years ago. And it really just started because I was starting to gather, a lot of success at this time. And I wanted to give back to the community in some way, shape or form. And I didn't want it to involve money. I didn't really want it to involve a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
And then I said, well, how do I do that? Then I looked at myself and said, you was a mom. So the audience was moms and women, right? And you had some hard times and so forth. So I said, why not give back during or before back to school? And that was it. Like I literally just gathered personal family members and said, this is our team, this is our board. And I got my kids on board because I want them to understand what it was or understand what it is to give back.
Yeah.
Right. Be grateful. Understand that we're not once where we used to be and that some people out there have it hard still. And that's okay. And we chose a Sixth Ward Park, that quadrant of Lancaster City, because sometimes it kind of just does get left out. Nobody really circles that area. And our first year we did 150 book bags.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh.
Which I was kind of just down on myself because I'm like 150.
150.
But it's still a lot, right?
That's a lot. Yeah. That's 150 kids that got to go to school with a backpack and pencils and 150 kids.
I know. Thank you.
That's like a first and second grade at an elementary school. That's incredible.
Thank you. So I was like, dang, we could have did more. But, like you're saying is.
I have to add some context here.
Please do.
Private school that I went to, 150 that was the number of students at the entire school.
Wow.
You just funded a whole school of school supplies last year.
Wow. I didn't think of it that way, but.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it is. And year 2, we doubled down. We did 300. But
schools down. Don't minimize what you've done.
I know.
It's knocking the classroom down.
Right?
For sure.
It's like making a change with each grade.
Thank you guys. So overall, the book bags were great. Like giving back and just seeing the families' faces and the moms and everyone that was a part of these back to school events has just been amazing. But we also target to be community, engaging in the community. So we have tons of events for the kids to do or things for the kids to do. Games, bounce house, cornhole, face painting. I mean, down to DJ, entertainment, haircuts. This year is year 3, girl.
Yeah.
And we finally, we have Empire Beauty School. Shout out to you guys. They have like 3-4 ladies coming just to do girls' braids because we were
I tell you how many back to school events, first of all, that are very not inclusive and they only do barbers do boys haircuts. What about us?
And that was what we were saying because every takeaway we said, what are the pros and cons? And the cons were how we're giving back haircuts to the boys. But what about these girls?
Yes.
And I thought about it. I'm like, well, they're going to sweat them things out. But braids, come on now. But it's still giving back to them. You know what I mean?
Or even just a simple haircut.
Girl.
Because honestly, there was a point as a mom where I couldn't afford to take my kids to get haircuts. I couldn't.
Okay. I
So
know.
there are a lot of people that could be in that boat because that's $30-$40 that, you know, they'd rather go buy groceries with it.
Right.
You know, so that's
Yeah.
incredible.
Thank
oh my gosh.
you.
Empire
So-
Beauty School. Love that. Okay.
Yeah. Shout out to you guys. And just like all of the donors and sponsors that we got this year
Yeah.
have been incredible. I don't even have the words to say because I'm just so overwhelmed, overjoyed with like grace and like humbleness and just the way people put together to contribute to this event because I can't do this by myself.
No. It takes a community.
Yeah. So shout out to my team and my family and my kids because all the while this is me, but this is them. And they are hands and feet in with me, right? They know what a nonprofit is. They know what it is to give back, why they are, or why we are doing this as a family, because it's very important to understand that part.
Yeah. And that's that legacy that you're building for them. That's what, you know, God forbid when you leave this world, what you're going to leave behind is your children.
That's right.
And what you've built with them and for them. And not only is that MSB Foundations, but it's also Empowered Futures.
Yeah.
And who knows
What
where
they'll do
that
with it
could be
next.
in the next couple of years. It could be
Right.
across the United States.
I know, girl. I
Like,
was thinking about
on.
that. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And a little bit, we touched on a little bit of, you know, we talked about like the, you know, excluding like girls out of some of the service and stuff. But what makes your event stand out even more?
I would say the way that we tap into the community engagement part, because all the while we do want you guys, or, you know, we do want the community to come out and get the free stuff. But anybody can give away free things, right?
That. You don't have to register. You don't have to prove your income. You don't have to
register. Yeah. You don't have to be in a certain grade.
Or school district. Yeah.
Like, we want you to come out with your family, your husband, two incomes, three businesses, and still enjoy the day, get the supplies, and just engage with other leaders, right, and mentors that are going to be there alongside with your children and you guys as well. So
I love that. That's amazing.
Yeah. So you'll be there.
I will be there. Yes.
For
So
sure.
where are you at right now with your either your personal development or how your personal kind of status of where your life is in your professional realm?
It's a little chaotic right now.
What?
So chaotic in a good way, but in a crazy way, because I literally just retired corporate America 2 months ago.
Congratulations.
So, thank you. And I don't have any plans on looking back, but I'll tell you what, then, you know, personally, just trying to gather a rhythm and a balance. And to the mamas, I did this when the kids went on summer break. Who in their right mind does that?
Me too.
What?
Yeah.
I'm like, I picked the perfect time to do this because they're not in daycare. You know, Pop's not in daycare. Jobs, sports, even more chaotic now than during school time. So I just feel so unbalanced is the word.
Yes.
And I'm trying to find balance.
It's funny because people ask me, they're like, what do you do all day? And I'm like, I don't know. Every day is very different. Like, I do get up at the same time every day, but between meetings and kids' sports and their activities and going out of town to do things and events, I was like, I don't really know.
Yeah. And I was being down on myself in that way because I'm like, every day should look structured because I'm used to a corporate background. So I'm like, all right, getting up at 8, going to the gym, coming home, I'm locking in for 3 hours on my laptop, admin work. And then the next day should look the same. And then the next day is totally different. Like you said, I'm like, there's no way I'm going to sports first. Then I'm doing this. Then I'm doing business stuff. So it's always going to look different. And with that unbalance and trying to find balance, I'm learning grace, giving myself grace because this is very new for me.
Yeah. And my advice from being an entrepreneur for 19 years is find that balance within yourself. Be stable within yourself. You can still have your structure in place, but sometimes it's not just physical structure. It's mental, it's emotional, it's spiritual. It's all the other elements that nobody can see.
Right.
But what they can see is the after product of that. because that is how you present yourself to the world, whether it's in meetings, whether it's, you know, the kids, whatever it is, what you work on in here is what you bring into the world on the outside.
That's good.
So yes, every day is going to look crazy.
Thank you.
But it does get easier. When they get back into school, it'll feel a little bit better. Actually,
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. The next thing I can say about having entrepreneur friends and people that are in business and having conversations with them, it feels good to know that I'm not alone. Because it's real life. This is really what's happening, you know?
Yeah. And then add the ones in that are parents too, because not all the entrepreneurs I know are parents. And then if you add that in, and then a single parent, and then it's a whole other world. And then if you own multiple businesses,
right.
It's a lot
of craziness, but it's all worth it.
So what is in store for you? What's coming up?
Wow. So
personally, whatever you're kind of working on, or the vision that you have.
Yeah. So many things I have like stirring up in the works. Being a financial consultant has taught me so much. So my avenue now is being, you know, getting funded, getting my clients funded, and working on investments, right? To create more passive income. Where I really just don't know yet. I might turn into the Airbnb industry, kind of do that, and grow Empowered Futures Foundations. Now that I have the time off of corporate, really get into the school districts and into these Milagro houses, DVS, things like that, with parents, you know, and their children in there, and really just seeing what is missing, what's the foundation missing in those places.
Hygiene items. That's huge.
Yeah, we
huge
do
for
give
girls.
back.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Feminine products to the girls at the event.
That's perfect.
It's
even
expensive.
simple stuff: deodorant, toothpaste, toothbrushes, like simple things that, you know, the Dollar Tree everyone goes to now. But I mean, going back to MSB Foundations, and you talked a little bit about, you know, a lot of your clients and like teaching them from a young age and stuff like that. I would love to see you build a program to take to school districts and take to these different places to teach financial literacy to kids.
Wow.
Because that is where they need to learn it.
Absolutely.
When I went to a Catholic school, and we learned how to balance a checkbook in 7th grade. We had home ec. Like, we learned how do we pay bills? How do we do this? Like, I didn't know what credit was. I shot my credit before I was even 18. But, you know, these are the important things. And that'd be amazing to see you bring that into a lot of the communities where we came from that don't have that education.
Absolutely.
So that is my vision for you.
Thank you. So I definitely did think about that. And I always think about it too, just being at home with my kids, and not everybody having, not everyone having a parent at home that's educated enough, because I literally just put my kids on my authorized users on my credit cards, so that when they are 18, they have high credit. Yeah. And then as basic as teaching them, you know, when they get paid, because my son just started his first job this year.
That's awesome.
Right. But then it's like, you know, save 10%, save 20%,
Yes.
you know, let's do it the smart way, because like you said, we were not taught these things, but the vision for taking that into the school districts would be huge.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, even with my girls, they get an allowance that they have to like earn based on what they do for the week. So like everything is worth like $1 to $10. Yeah. And so when they get paid, they have to put 10% into my savings that I have for them. And then they have 2, like, not piggy banks, because they're a little bit more elevated than that. Right. But they have to divide their money there, and then they have their spending money. It's cash, and it's in an envelope.
That's smart.
So when we're at a store and they forget their wallet, and I'm like, I can lend you the money, but remember, I charge 20% interest. Let me tell you,
they're like, what?
One kid pays it, the other, she's like, nope, I'm saving my money. I'll get it next time.
Right.
Like, the other kid is like, no, I really want it. Yeah, and she'll pay that extra $2, $4, whatever the interest is. Right. And I don't play. When we go home, I'm like, hand the money over.
Yeah, you got to, because when they get out into this world, they're going to do that right at the counter.
Exactly.
That's important. I'm glad that you're doing that with them. I love it.
Right.
But thank you for seeing the vision in me, because sometimes we just like, you know, have to see things through a different lens. And
absolutely. And other people don't have other people around you can see you very differently than you see yourselves, in a sense of sometimes we create a narrative in our head that I'm not really good enough. I'm not really smart enough. I'm not worthy enough. And let me tell you, the people out there doing a worse job than you are less educated, but more delusional. So
I have the most to say.
they always do.
I have the most to say.
So is there anything that you want to leave us with about yourself, about your business, or?
No, I think I'm good. I appreciate you having me on this podcast today. I will say that if you guys do want to follow me, I am mbair27 on Instagram, and yeah,
Follow her,
please,
everywhere. Okay. And if you don't want a 482, you better hit her up. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you, Santina.
Okay. Yay. We're done.